Okay, Brianna, to start off, because we all want to know a little bit more about you, I'm going to do some rapid questions with you.
Sounds
Instead of,
good.
all those hard-hitting ones, we're going to have some fun ones here. Okay, are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. What is your most used emoji?
The crying emoji, the laughing crying emoji.
Same. What is your most played song right now?
Ooh. Right now it's this new song called Jaded by Jada Hope. She's from
Okay.
Toronto. She's one of my friends,
Okay.
actually. Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Did you guys grow up together?
No, I just met her recently, actually, and from a friend of a friend, and then so
Yeah,
that's
one thing
fun.
led to another. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite color?
Purple.
What's your pregame snack or meal?
Ooh. I always like to have an applesauce in the middle of the game, and usually like a banana before the game. That's usually what I go for.
Applesauce in the middle of the game.
Yeah. Mid-game
Ah,
has to be applesauce.
certain flavor, cinnamon or something like
It
that?
has to be either apple or apple cinnamon. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you start doing that?
Since I got here.
Since you got here? Any reason why?
I don't know. It just gives me extra energy. I don't know. And
Yeah.
it tastes good.
Hey, whatever works, right?
I know.
Who is your favorite pro athlete?
Candace Parker.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, she's awesome. What is your go-to cheat meal?
Ooh, that's really hard. Well, I really, really love apple pie, so it would be a big slice of apple pie.
Did you get any of that last week, Thanksgiving?
I did. I got a little slice because we had a game the next day, so I had to have a little sliver. But yes,
Right.
I did.
At least you got a little taste of it.
I did.
Right?
I did.
I know that question was when I wrote it, I was like, oh, that's hard for me too. I don't even know. I don't know. What are you watching on Netflix right now, or what show are you watching?
I am really about to finish the new Kevin Hart one called True Story. Like
Oh my gosh, I was
last
going to
episode.
start that. Is it really good?
Yes, like I'm really right now watching the last episode, but I'll try to fit it in before practice.
Yeah. Then at practice, you're going to want to talk to people about it who's watched it.
Yes.
That's awesome. And then, okay, last question. How many siblings do you have?
I have a twin brother.
You have a twin brother. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll start with that then and just open up regular conversation with that. What was it like growing up? I'm sure you get this question all the time, but what was it like growing up with a twin brother?
It was great. Honestly, it was like having someone there with you all the time. Like we literally took care of each other. I need anything, I could go to him. Like he was literally my best friend. He is my best friend. So like he knows everything about me. I know everything about him. So like we're really, really close. So it's actually great just having someone always there with you.
Yeah. Did he also play basketball, or does he also play basketball?
No, he played tennis.
Oh, okay. So did you guys ever have competitive battles or anything?
Oh yes. He tried to play basketball, but like there came to a certain point where we couldn't play against each other because we would like get into fights. So we realized that that's not for us. We shouldn't play against each other when it comes to basketball. So anything would be like another sport that would go against each other with, because we know basketball usually ended in a fight somehow, some way.
I can imagine that. I have a brother. He's not my twin, but I would be the same thing when we would play sports. Did you ever play tennis with him?
I did, and I was really, really bad. So he went easy on me for that one. So yeah, me and tennis, we're not. But we used to have some very good ping pong battles. He taught me how to play ping pong.
Oh.
And we're like I'm pretty good. Ask any of my teammates. They know not to come play me in ping pong.
I bet. I feel like that's an underrated game because it's harder than it looks.
It is harder than it looks. Like no one wants to play me on the team because they know what will happen.
That's funny. And then, since being from Canada, you got the flag behind you. Do you kind of miss home a little bit? What's it been like being away?
Oh yeah, I remember my freshman year. It was really hard. I think those first couple of months, because I'm so used to being around my family 24/7, and my family's so supportive. But over the years, I'm kind of getting used to it. Like I know that like I always call my mom. I literally call my mom every single day. Like we FaceTime, and like sometimes we would be on the phone and we wouldn't say anything to each other for like 3 hours straight. But just having her presence there is like really been helpful. And then like I haven't seen my brother in over almost a year and a half now. So like that's been hard, but like again, I try to talk to him as much as possible. And then same thing with my dad. We have our weekly talks. So like I have my family supporting me, and then I have my teammates too. So it makes it a little bit easier.
Right. And sometimes, like you said, sometimes all you need is just to have that presence on the phone, even
Yeah.
if you're not saying anything or whatever you're talking about is like, I don't even know what we were just talking about. I'm the same way. I'm from California, so I get it. We're far from
Yeah.
home. What made you want to come here?
Honestly, so the coach that was recruiting me, he was such a nice guy. I really like, he used to come to Canada to watch me play, and he was such a great guy. And then when I came on campus, I really loved the campus. It had my program, and then I watched the team do, I don't know if you know, but we have something called the program where they like, we go through some army training. So I actually came during that time because I want to see like what the team looked like when adversity hit, because it's not hard. It's a very hard thing to do. So when I saw the way the team looked, and I was like, yeah, I feel like I could be a part of this too. And I was like, this would be a perfect fit for me.
Yeah, you know, when you were growing up, when did you kind of know I want to play college basketball?
Oh, this is such a funny question. So I think I was maybe 10 or 11, and I had a set of goals. So one of them was I want to become a NCAA Division I basketball player. And then like maybe 2 years ago, I found this little notebook where I wrote it in my handwriting.
Oh my
So yeah,
gosh.
I had like a couple goals I wanted to do, and one of them was become a Division I basketball player.
That
Yeah,
is so,
it was
when,
like maybe 10, 12. Yeah, between
yeah,
that.
gosh, that's so crazy. When you think back on, when you had signing day, pen to paper, the whole works, can you remember what that feeling was like?
Oh my,
Knowing like
yes.
10-year-old you would have been like crazy excited?
Oh yeah, I cried. I remember. Like it was like all my hard work was there. Like I worked so hard to get there. Like I've sacrificed so much to become like where I am now. And it was just like, it was almost a sense of relief knowing that it happened. Like I did it. Like all of that work I did paid off. And that's what was really important. And I was crying. I was like, it was almost overwhelming. Like, oh my gosh, like this is about to happen to me.
And then it happened.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's so exciting. Congratulations to you. I mean, now you're a senior here. So
Yeah.
when you look back to freshman year, I mean, I guess that probably feels like so long ago. When you look back to freshman year to now, where do you see the most growth? Like how can you describe how much you've grown over the 4 years?
I would say my leadership. When I came in freshman and sophomore year, coach can tell you this, I did not talk. Like I was the quiet one. I'm still am the quiet one, but like I've learned that I need to come into more of a leadership role. So like from freshman year, like everybody like, wow, Bree, like you're talking on the floor now, like you're leading and you're being a leader. And it's like that wasn't me my freshman year. And I think that was like one of the biggest growths for me, just becoming that all in all leader. So I think that would be it, probably just my leadership from freshman all the way to senior year now.
Yeah. If you could tell your freshman year self, give them some advice, what would you say to her?
Don't sweat the small stuff. I felt like my freshman year, I was so like, I just want everything to be right. Everything like, sometimes relax, like you're okay. Like things are going to happen, but you're going to be okay. I think that would be it. Just relax. You're going to be okay.
Yeah. And sometimes it's hard to think of that because you're trying to live up to everything that you
Exactly.
hoped for in the whole works. Is that kind of what you tell the younger girls on the team now?
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember I came in I got thrown into the fire my freshman year because I came in and I think by the third game I was starting and I was 17 years old playing against 20 plus year olds.
Yeah.
Like little 17-year-olds. So like for me, I just want to be perfect. And I'm like, I tell my friend, she's like, it's okay to make a mistake. Like you got the next one. Like, cause for me, I would be freshman year, I'll get down on myself for making a mistake. I'm like, it's okay. Like you can make that mistake because you're going to learn from it. And I think that's why I try to teach like our freshies now, like it's okay to make a mistake, just know to learn from it.
Right. Is there anyone that you looked up to when you were in your younger years here?
Yes. One of my high school teammates from Canada actually played on the team, and she was a senior when I was a freshman. So that was actually one of the reasons why I came too. And like she's literally my big sis. I literally I went like anything I had, any problem, I went to her because she just like she was that common effect. And like we knew each other from high school and like we already had that connection. So I would say her. She was Nikita Telsford. She was really, really close. We were really close. And even to this day, like that's literally my big sis. I can go to her for anything.
Yeah, it's got to feel like that it was almost like a little piece of home was here too, comforting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we lived like 2 minutes away from each other back in Canada.
Oh,
like,
really?
I can drive to her house in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that is awesome. And then, speaking of Canada, I know it's not far from us here in the US, but what are some differences that you've seen over the last 4 years, and what are some things that are the same?
I think a lot of it's the same. But honestly, the food was different, a little bit different, because I'm from Canada by way of the islands, the Caribbean islands. So I'm used to a little bit more Caribbean food, which I don't get here. So like that was a little bit different, but really everything's pretty much the same. I had to get used to, once I got my car here, the speed limits, because everything's in kilometers per hour. I still miles per hour confuse me. The metric system here confuses me to this day. Don't ask me what Fahrenheit is. I do not know. It's above me. I do not know. I use my phone, put it to Celsius, helps me get through.
Yeah.
It's 75. I'm like, I have no clue what this means.
All I know is it's either cold or it's either hot.
Exactly. So those were like the adjustments, but other than that, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. What is your favorite meal that you miss from home then?
My mom she makes a lot of things, but one of my favorite would be like, my mom would make some like rice and peas, some plantain, and like some barbecue jerk chicken, and that would be like that's
so good.
Yeah, I miss that, like stuff like that. So
yeah, you're gonna have to learn how to make it.
I can't cook.
Yeah, me neither. We're good.
I'm a lost cause. I know that.
Like, just give me something to heat up, and
yes,
I can do that pretty good.
Yeah, like my mom, that's what I usually get my mom to do. Like I tell her, like every time I go home, I'm like, Mom, can you make this stuff? And I literally freeze it. And then every time I'm missing a home cooked meal, I just heat it up.
Pop it. Yep. Oh, yeah. That's smart. That's a great idea.
I've been doing that since freshman year. Anytime I miss home, I'm like, okay, I need to eat this right now.
Yeah, a little comfort food goes a long way. What do you like to do outside of the gym and playing and all of that?
Literally, I'm usually in class studying. Honestly, it's pretty much literally just basketball at school. That's pretty much been my life. Like I really take a lot of pride in my academics. So like everybody knows, like they'd be like, why aren't you having fun? I'm like, I gotta work on this paper, I gotta study. Like so like right now my biggest focus has always been school. But when I have time, I just try to just chill, hang out. Yeah.
What are you majoring in?
I'm health science pre-physical therapy concentration.
Okay, wow. That's exciting. What has been like some of the hardest classes that you've had so far?
Oh, so I had my sophomore year, I had this anatomy physiology class. That was brutal. But I have the class right now, pathology. That one, like, is brutal. Like,
it just sounds hard.
Yeah, there's these, like, I'm learning about like different diseases of the body, and some of these I cannot even pronounce. Don't ask me to spell it. It's a lot.
Too many letters that shouldn't be put together.
Exactly.
What do you want to do with that?
I want to become a physical therapist.
Okay, that's awesome.
Work for a sports team or go to people's houses. One of the two. Those are like my main what I want to do.
Did you know you always wanted to do this, or did it kind of grow as you were started to take classes?
So initially I always wanted to be a sports doctor. I had this thing, I don't know why, but I had this project when I was 5, 6 years old. It was like, what do you want to be when you're older? And I was like, sports doctor for sure. I love sports and I love the medical field because a lot of my family's in the medical field. So I was like, sports doctor. And then over the years, I was like, do I want to do doctor or do I want to do something with more sports and injury prevention? So then I kind of went, okay, what's close to sports medicine? And then that's when I found about physical therapy. And I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, this is more so what I'm looking for and what I want to do with my life. Yeah.
And it'll definitely make a difference. Gosh, you knew that when you were 5, 6 years old.
And it never wavered.
No.
It never wavered. I'm the type of person, if I put my mind to something, I'm going to get it done. Like, that's how I am.
Yeah, and that's admirable. Like you're doing it. You're following your goals right now. That's awesome. And with, senior year here going on, what are some goals to wrap up your time at Oakland?
I just want to win a championship. That's the main goal. Like, I want to go to Indy and I want to play in those games. Like, that's the main goal for me. That's all I want to do right now. That's pretty much it. Win.
Yeah. And seeing, how much grit and toughness this team has, why do you think this year's team is so special?
This year's team is because we have a mixture of both youth and veterans. So, like, I feel like this group, we got a lot of girls that, like, they want to win. Like, there's the 5 seniors, we've been here for 3-4 years now. We want to know what it feels like to win a championship and win games in the playoffs and make a deep playoff run. So we have that, and then you have the younger ones that are just like, they're here for the ride. They're willing to do what it takes to get to that level. And I think that's why we're a really good team right now, and we're going to be a good team moving forward too.
Yeah, we're excited to keep on watching.
Yeah.
You guys have made the game so fun, especially down the stretch. You just know how to turn it on. It's awesome. It is awesome. Well, Bree, that's all I got for you. So thanks so much. That was fun.
It was fun.